Hello and welcome back, Squirrel Nation. Today we're reviewing a community member's gameplay footage. That community member's name is ZMac, and he is playing Jungle Kriknak. So in today's video, we are going to mainly cover three topics, which are item purchase order, jungle clear speed, and efficient farming. Anyways, I hope you enjoy. So to start out at the beginning of the game, when I am jungling, I normally pre-select the second tier jungle item right up front, because sometimes a lot of people will buy out of order and then they'll end up delaying their jungle item. So normally I would click on the shopping cart quick and then I would go in, pre-select my tier 2 item to purchase. For ZMac, this is kind of going to matter because he buys in a weird order. He ends up getting his boots before his tier 2 jungle item, so he's delaying his stacks. Another note that I want to make in this clip is ZMac does not use his punish. So his entire first clear, he only uses punish once, and that's on the very last monster on the red buff side. So you will see that coming up. And anyway, so to reemphasize, when you start the game as a jungler, go into the shopping cart and pre-purchase your tier 2 jungle item, so that way that's the first item you complete. After you complete that item, I normally go to boots and then I finish my jungle item. If you guys want to mess around with that, that's totally fine. But anyways, also notice ZMac is not using punish, so he still hasn't used punish 1 minute 20 seconds into this game. So the reason that matters so much is it really affects your clear speed, right? And clear speed for the jungler really matters. You want time to go set up for a good gank. You want time to kind of put pressure on the map. But if your clear speed is very slow, and notice he's made it all the way to 1 minute 40, he's finally used his punish. So his first jungle clear is at 1 minute and 40 seconds, which is quite slow. Fortunately, this does line up for a nice gank, but that is something more luck-based than skill-based. And also notice he bought his tier 2 jungle item, so he has 0 stacks right now. If you look at the bottom icon, he just got his first jungle stack. So that's the problem when you buy it out of order, is that you're delaying your stacks. But anyways, overall, I like ZMac's decisions, and Arthur and Dao-chan doing a great job. They get the Spirit Sentinel, they get the kill on Rourke. So there's definitely good things going on, but there's a few things that ZMac can definitely tighten up. Okay, in this clip, there's another mixed bag, good with bad. He's understanding Kriknak here. He's jumping in at the right times. He's panning his camera, right? He secures the kill on Jinnar. He pokes Rourke back. His team's doing something. Here becomes my issue is it's decision-making again on what's the best farm, right? Do I start Dragon? Am I coming mid? If you notice, ZMac is just really indecisive. He's like, okay, I'm going to do this. Oh, wait, no, this. Oh, wait, no, this. Right now, he's at this point, he's wasted about 20 seconds, going on 30 seconds of doing nothing, right? And now he finally decides to rotate all the way back to top. He could have been getting vision during this time. He could have invaded and stolen the enemy red. He could have taken the dragon. There's just so many options. And once again, the things that you're going to have to work on as a jungler is just being decisive. And you guys will always hear me say this, is it's better to be decisive and make the wrong decision than it is to be indecisive. Indecision is always the wrong choice. Only by making a decision and seeing the consequence or the result of that decision will you improve. So if you feel that indecision coming on, just make a choice, stick with it, and go. Okay, so in this clip, I like what ZMac does. He goes for a dragon. Nobody's dead or anything, but at a gold elo, it's definitely possible to get free dragons. People aren't really checking, even into platinum. So as long as you can get away with it, do it, right? And be ready to escape if you need to, but it's good to try. And then he goes for a gank, great gank. He gets Aram. Just everything's going good. I really like his rotation, his ordering. Here's what I don't like, is he comes back just to kill the Vision Seagull. I would have preferred that he went down to his red side to keep farming, right? At this point, he's already building a nice lead for himself, and I just want him to keep farming and get that lead even bigger. Right here, the mistake I want to point out is he's not using his ultimate to move. It gives, on Kriknak, it gives you that big movement speed. And remember, your farming speed, how much gold you're gaining really comes down to those type of things. I think he was saving it, I guess, to pounce, and then he does miss even landing the ultimate. So that's another inefficiency in his farm. He's missing out on certain damage. Also, when you're clearing the jungle, it's good to go in set orders. You don't necessarily need to do the buff first, just so you're not wasting time running back and forth. So notice he went red buff, back to small camp, and then now he's, okay, I guess he's going to do the Spirit Sentinel. But anyways, he's kind of running back and forth. If he would have went small camp red buff, he could have went right onto the Spirit Sentinel. It seems like minor savings in time, but those start to stack up. Here, I would like him to swipe his camera to see what Lubu's health is like, because say Lubu is full health, it's not actually good for him to go in and jump, because he's likely just going to feed Lubu a kill. But anyways, the final point I'm really trying to make in this clip is about farming. As a jungler, your main thing is to farm a level lead and get gold advantage for your team, and then later towards the mid game is you're going to become really powerful on Kriknak and start getting the kills and just pressuring. He has been ganking, and I'm not saying don't gank early game. I'm just saying as soon as you gank, don't sit around in lanes and keep hanging out to get low value things like Vision Seagulls. When you're killing minion camps, do it quickly, use your abilities. If you notice right now, he's not using his cooldowns. So it's just these little things that are going to help you as junglers out there in the gold, platinum, elo start really climbing, because you're going to notice big differences in how much gold you accumulate throughout the game. One thing that I really like to do when I'm practicing my jungle is I focus on certain time marks, how much gold I can get. So for instance, at 2 minutes, which is when the first dragon spawns, I would love for ZMac to try to challenge himself to have already purchased his tier 3 jungle item, right? And that will require him to play quite efficiently. And then also at 5 minutes, ZMac can figure out around what gold level he normally is. So let's say he's normally around 3,000 gold at 5 minutes. Then I would like him to challenge himself to get to maybe 3,500 gold, right? And then slowly increase that. You'll notice really good junglers, like pro level junglers, even just master junglers, they will have crazy amounts of gold that you will be really surprised by, even though they're not getting tons of kills or doing anything that flashy, because they're just so efficient at farming. Throughout this clip, you'll still notice, right, there's passing up on minions, passing up on little monsters, different things like that, and those type of things really start to stack up more than you would believe. Okay, in this clip, it's another example of being efficient when you're farming. As Kriknak, don't be afraid to use your ultimate to kill minions. Don't feel like you need to necessarily hold your punish all the time, right? Using them is going to let you get faster clear speeds on your jungle. The other main point of this clip is this fight is just a poor decision. You need to understand the person that you're fighting, right? A Kriknak is burst damage. He's going to jump in, get his combo off, and then he needs to kind of back out and wait for his cooldowns. Rourke is extremely strong 1v1, and if he has his ultimate, there's no way that a Kriknak is going to kill the Rourke if he doesn't kill him on the initial burst. So here, ZMac in the future, at first I thought you were trying to clear the minion wave by ulting in, which I thought was a good thing. I would have ulted in, used your S2 to kind of come back through the minions and most likely kill them, but I don't think it was a good idea for you to engage the Rourke, and that's simply because of what hero it was. If it was a different enemy, that would make sense. Another thing is, if you notice that ZMac went and he actually tried to get closer to Rourke, the mechanic of Rourke is he shoots 3 bolts, right? Each bolt does damage. So Rourke is doing a crazy amount of damage when he's closer to you, and he actually doesn't do that crazy a damage when he's far away, if only 1 bolt is hitting you. So in that case, ZMac also might have won the fight if he would not have tried to get close to Rourke, and he would have simply used his S1 to finish killing off the Rourke. Okay, so this is another clip that has some good mixed in with some bad. I love that he scrolled his camera to look at the enemy health. I love that he's not hard engaging since the enemies are way ahead in the health, and then he comes back to engage on Lubu, and he's just kind of doing poke damage. Those are great things, right? So now he's made the tower safe, Arthur's there, he comes to clear his jungle. I think all of that's outstanding. But then all of a sudden he decides, he gets indecisive, oh, I need to go back to lane, right? And he actually didn't. Arthur could have cleared. If you notice, the enemies were already backing up even before they saw him. So that's another thing, right? You gave up a little efficiency in how quickly you're farming and clearing the jungle. Once again, those things seem minor, but as a jungler in this game, those are what separate a gold jungler from a platinum, a diamond, a master's jungler. So Always focus on your efficiency. Okay, this is the last clip in this video for today. Anyways, there's two main points I want to make. One, make sure you're sorting by gold. If you notice, the gold is not sorted, so it's hard to tell who's fed. In this case, the enemy Jinnar is the most fed person on their team with 8,000 gold. But at the same time, ZMAC's team is significantly ahead, where Arthur has almost 10,000 and Kriknak has 82. So once again, that just lets you help look at this and know who you should be targeting. But anyways, the main point that we are going to make in this clip is late game knowing where to be and what's important. Okay, so right here I want to freeze. Okay, so Kriknak just got red buff, which I understand. It gives you, right, it gives you a nice team fighting buff, okay? But if we notice, if we look at the minimap right now, there is a team fight brewing, okay? And you can... Lubu's seeing now, but you'll see there was other enemies before on the minimap. You can kind of see people starting to gather around mid. So ZMAC's team is going to end up losing this game because they are going to lose this team fight. The problem and the improvement that I think ZMAC can make in this case is he goes to the team fight too slow. Another thing is he's not pinging to tell his team his intention. He's not either pinging them to retreat, he's not pinging to tell them, hey, I'm on my way. He's just kind of doing his own thing, farming off in the jungle. He's going to go kill this small monster camp, and then he's finally going to decide to go up to the fight, and by that time, it's just too late. So, okay, he's getting this camp. You see the enemy team. Now we see 4 mid, the Rourke's coming down, the Jinnar's there. Okay, we see the fight engaging, right? And you see his teammates' health dropping, and then finally when he sees him, he decides, okay, I'm going to come over and dive into this fight, right? But the problem is it's too late. You already let your team get in a bad position. The enemy's already flanked your team in the mid bush, and by the time you jumped in, you already had 1 dead teammate, and your other 2 teammates who were at the fight were super low. So in the future, ZMAC, I would love for you to either ping to let your team know your intention, so either retreat if you don't plan to go, or ping, quick chat them, hang on, I'm on my way, to let them know that you're on the way, or rally, or I mean just anything. Just do something to communicate what you plan to do. And when you're already ahead, okay, so Kriknak was ahead of all enemies in gold, right? So he doesn't, that small monster camp at that point is so insignificant. He already has a large lead. There's a team fight coming that obviously resulted in your loss, right? And you kind of have to understand that in the game, and you have to understand that by gold levels, right? So we're almost at 40k, which means most people are getting max full build. They're around max level, right? So farming jungle monsters starts to become increasingly insignificant. Like buffs you care about, dragon you care about, Darkslayer you care about. But the main thing is going to be team fights, right? So if late game, when a team can kill literally all of your towers down the middle and kill your core because the death timers are so long at that point, then you need to be putting extra emphasis on team fights and not on farming. So throughout the video, I think the main points are that ZMAC can improve his farming a little bit in the early game and the mid game by little efficiencies, right? Using his abilities, using punish, and then also just pathing and being decisive. And then late game, the change is actually going to be the opposite. It's going to be learn when to turn off the farming bot and become a team fighting monster, right? Because that is where Kriknak especially excels. It's not team fighting, but ambushing people when they're positioning for a team fight, like that Rourke when he went around, or Jinnar when he gets singled out in the jungle, right? Those are what Kriknak late game should be looking for to win these type of fights. But okay, that does it for today's video. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe if you did. Also, it really helps me if you will share this video around so that other people can join the Squirrel Nation and just join our great community we have going on. But anyways, as always, I'll see you all tomorrow, and happy ranking.